Hey, what's going on, guys?
We're back. I'm Brandon.
Season 3.
I'm Brad.
I'm Amon.
And I'm
Tripp's
Aaron.
feeling a little under the weather, so Brad's filling in for us. As you can tell, we got a new set here.
Yeah, a lot of new stuff in season 3.
Yeah, we do. Brad helps a lot as it is, but now he's on camera.
Maybe once.
Appreciate it, Brad.
That's about it. That's all you guys earn.
Yeah.
So we're a little excited. We got a whole new season 3 of The Crew.
We got a lot more coming.
Yeah, tell us about some of it, Aaron.
Well, man, we got tons of excitement. We're going to bring you a lot of interesting content, and we've got some Seattle footage, I think, some
Lost.
now ancient Seattle footage.
Lost footage from our student conference convention last fall we went to. We've also got some new segments.
Yeah, we do have some new segments.
We have new stuff?
Oh yeah, we got some, what's the technology, what we're calling it?
Yeah, we have Nerdification.
Nerdification.
New with our homeboy Caleb Erskine. Then we got Logan's Countdown that's been reamped. There will be new stuff.
New top 5s.
Dr. Phil-Y'all 2.0.
Dr. Phil-Y'all.
Yeah, we ran into
2.0.
an old friend, and he's just like got some new stuff for you. Then Brad and I are gonna come in and do some verses, so it'll be like prime time crew. It's gonna be pretty freaking awesome.
One of our favorite subjects we had last year was the quick news rundown. We've kind of spiced it up and changed it around.
A little bit.
We've reamped the quick down news.
And we're calling it.
We're calling it What's Happening Now, because there's a lot going on, so let's just...
And we still have our favorite, the Man Advice.
You're still invited to the gun show, in case you were wondering about that.
Gun show that nobody wants to go for you.
Hey, well, you got to be like 95 and older to get into this gun show because it's so violent. Because it's like boom, boom. Yeah.
So we're excited about this spring semester here at Gulf Coast.
Yeah, we're very excited.
We're a month into it. It's February. Spring break's next month. But we got a lot of shows planned until the summer, beginning of the summer.
We sure
It's
do.
gonna be exciting.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, spring break around here is not going to be that fun again this year.
We're actually doing a spring break documentary for you guys. It's going to be awesome.
I know. I
fun.
think we said that last year, but it didn't turn out quite how we wanted it to.
We couldn't use any of the footage we got
Well,
because
this
of
is
spring
like
breakers.
this is like a full-on documentary though that I've been recruited to do.
Yeah, we're going to
So,
do a.
we're
It's going to
gonna
be a
make it
lot
happen
more
this year.
in depth of how spring break really is.
And what you really see.
Staying up to date with Gulf Coast State College just got easier with the new mobile app. It's a quick and convenient way to view college events and upcoming dates, your class schedule and grades, important announcements in social media, and the interactive map for all of our campuses. You can even chat live with a librarian and get help with a research project. The free mobile app is available for Apple and Android devices. Simply scan the code or search for Gulf Coast State College on the App Store or Play Store and download it today.
I want smaller classes, bigger discussions, and personal attention from my professors. Knowing that they care is really important to me.
I want to make sure Brian knows that I'm in his corner. I really care about my students. That's why I come to work every day.
My professors believe in me, and I know I'll do just fine when I transfer to a university. That's why I chose Gulf Coast.
Welcome back to season 3 of The Crew.
All right,
Let's kick it off.
Say it like that again.
What's happening with the Super Bowl, Brad? Or what did happen?
That was by far the worst ending to any game the entire season. Super Bowl 49 with the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. The worst call with beast mode in your backfield on the half-yard line. You decide to give the ball to third-year starter Russell Wilson. I don't want to get into all this, but
I saw what the coach, Pete Carroll, said. He made the judgment call based on New England kept their goal line defense in. So those are the bigger, heavier guys. And he thought that maybe, that they got the slower guys in. Let's just throw a quick little short pass.
Okay, but
Because he knew that they were expecting them to run it.
Well, I also think
even though they had 3 chances to run it and could have done it, they were trying to sneak it in real quick.
I think it was just one of those quick plays. You only have 1 timeout left, and your time's ticking. So you've got to do something quick.
Was 30
If
seconds
the opposite,
left.
if the play doesn't work and the player drops the ball, then the clock stops, and so then that basically gives you 3 options to run the ball.
Yeah, but at that point, the Seahawks weren't wanting to use the timeouts. They didn't want to run the clock out. They need 4 points to win.
It's just
You're
a
on
quick
the
judgment
half-yard
call.
line. The play before, Marshawn Lynch got 9 yards and almost scored.
I know, but it was a quick judgment call. I mean,
It was a terrible judgment call.
it was a bad. Unfortunately, it was a bad call,
And it did not turn out in their favor, and that was how.
The sad part is,
ended the
I know
season.
we all like talk. We're talking real bad about that call. If they would have scored and won the game, they would have been the greatest call of all time.
Yeah.
Like, you got to look at it that way, but still, the fact that you have beast mode in the backfield,
And
half
if
a
you
yard,
give him a chance, the dude who hasn't fumbled once this season, the dude who always gains you yards.
I mean,
And the Super Bowl.
we know
was on
next
the line.
time if that happens, we all know what the outcome would. You would have ran the ball.
oh, Goodell's still going to
I
have
mean-
the Patriots win the next time. That's just how it is.
I mean,
But let's not forget, congratulations, Patriots and Tom
No.
Brady on this 4th win.
we're not congratulating the Patriot cheats, Bill Belichick cheats, any of them.
Except for Brad.
Well, let's transition over to some soft news, some Microsoft news. Microsoft is doing it better than ever before with their new invention, the HoloLens. Microsoft has unveiled a holographic viewing headset that is far ahead of its time. HoloLenses. They are see-through so users can see holographic projections in a real-world setting. They are also wireless, meaning users can move and interact without a cord to the world around them as they view and interact with projections.
So it's
So it's Google Glass.
holograms that you still can't touch but interact with them?
Yes.
Or, okay.
So it's essentially, like I just said, like Google Glass on steroids.
Yes. Like, I'm just saying, the fact that this is real is crazy. Like, I mean, I remember in 2008 when somehow will.i.am of all the people, like, had a hologram of himself. And I was like, oh my god, that's so legit. But it was like some black magic to me. It wasn't real. Now that it's, like, purchasable and affordable and costs you less than a laptop to be able to interact with holograms in your life, it's just... Whew, it's
Now
crazy.
is this actually going to blow up like they
Robot
plan on?
Rebellion 2016.
2016?
Robot Rebellion
Oh, so we're
2016.
giving the robots a year.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
see some holograms.
What are you ready to see, Brandon?
there's some interesting drone rules or laws that come to tuition.
Does the FAA
Everyone,
come
everywhere you
along?
look, you see drones. Unfortunately, you see the negativity of drones right now, where people who are breaking
Because they're
the.
only looking at the things that drones could possibly or potentially do. On
Yes,
the
and they-
negative side,
and-
and they're not looking at all of the cool things that you could
The
do.
things that you
legal
could do
things.
is unbelievable, but breaking the rules that are set in place and endangering other lives or property or
Exactly. That
that's
would
that's
not be a
affecting
proper use
everybody.
of drones.
That's not kosher.
Why don't you expand upon that a little bit more?
Well, it's a new year, and the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, will issue its long-awaited UAV or drone rules that could be enacted to laws by Congress soon. Some big news came from CNN last month, which they issued a press release, and they entered an agreement with Cooperative Research and Development Agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration in advance to use efforts to integrate UAVs or drones into news gathering and reporting. Basically, they're going to be a test bed facility, and from my understanding, they're working with the University of Georgia Tech and see where they can use drones to help gather news. For example, say after a tornado, take a drone up and get the aerial shots that you couldn't see from the ground, which I think is a great idea. If there's no helicopter or search and rescue teams in the air, you could use the drone A for helping look for victims or whatever, but it also does not put the journalist or the news team into the scene, which could disrupt the search and rescue issue. You can be back and send a drone out over the field and looking at the houses or something, whatever. And I guess in the next few months, they're going to be testing and see what aspects they can do to bring drones in and stuff, which would be cool because seeing that bird's eye view perspective is, it's unique. We love playing with them, love getting that shot.
Y'all know
seeing
we
things.
love our drones.
Yeah.
So
They're
really
not
sound-
underwater.
It really
Shout
sounds.
out Taylor Smith.
It really
Forever.
sounds like the new rules are strictly for drones for news purposes, not recreational anymore. Like they're not.
well, no. This is just the news gathering part. There's a couple film agencies that from Hollywood that have gotten permission to use them for movies and stuff. and try them out and see how it works. So we're going to see movie shots that we've never seen before, probably. You're going to see a sweeping shot coming in or something, whatever, or a hovering shot. Something where they had to use a helicopter, but they couldn't get down low enough, or they couldn't, get through a small area or whatever. So you're going to see some unique shots.
Drones can do a lot of things.
Drones are drones.
Well, all right, we talked about football, Microsoft, drones, and now Apple's got the spotlight. Apple posted the biggest profit in corporate history last quarter after selling a record number of iPhones. Apple sold 74.5 million iPhones in the last 3 months. That helped Apple's profits soar more than 37% to $18 billion. That's larger than Gazprom's $16.2 billion profit during the first quarter of 2011, the previous profit record posted by a corporation. Apple also posted a stunning $74.6 billion in sales, up nearly 30% from the same period last year. That's not close to a global corporate record, but it's the best quarterly revenue Apple ever posted. Mac sales grew about 15% to a record 5.5 million. Apple said iTunes sales also hit a record high, while iPad sales continued to slump, falling 18% to 21.4 million. But the story was the iPhone. But Apple has more potential billion-dollar products on the way. Tim Cook announced Tuesday that the Apple Watch will go on sale in April, which will be a lot cooler than an iPad.
$74 billion in sales.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
What do you do with all that money? There's nothing.
They probably already got the iPhone 8 in plans now with all
They've
that
had
money.
that. That's been. The iPhone 8's been out,
21.
or not been out, been
That's incredible.
in test data since iPhone 1.
Yep.
They've got it all so far advanced. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah, and now they're copying like Samsung, and now they're copying what was that? The Moto Gear, the Moto phone with the back camera and the hand touch thing. It's just like, come on, guys.
Well, if this is how copying turns out for you, I say it's going pretty well.
We got an Apple user and 3 Samsung users up in here. Like,
All
gonna
right.
be a little East Coast versus West Coast.
We've got a segment coming up with, it's new for us this year. It's with it's kind of our geeky, technologically
Nerdy, intro-y, very intro-y.
and we're going to call it
Very
Nerdification.
Yeah,
Nerd edification.
Nerdification.
with Caleb Erskine.
So here's this week's Nerdification with
Yes.
Caleb.
Hello, I'm Caleb, and now it's time for Nerd Edification, where I'll bring you the best nerd news of the week. As rising sea levels pose an increasing threat to island dwellers, a Japanese civil engineering company has come up with an ambitious solution: an underwater city. The proposed ocean spiral would consist of a large sphere just below the surface at about 546 yards in diameter, occupied by homes, businesses, and hotels. Under that, a spiraling structure leading down to the sea floor would provide a way for scientists to extract resources for energy. In a statement to the Guardian Shimuzi Corp, spokesman Hideo Imamura said, This is a real goal, not a pipe dream." Real-life rapture, anyone? NASA and Microsoft have teamed up to work on software called OnSite, which will allow scientists to work virtually on Mars via wearable technology. The technology is being developed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. Once completed, OnSite will give scientists the ability to plan and conduct operations on Mars in addition to the Mars Curiosity rover. OnSite utilizes data acquired from the rover to extend Curiosity's existing planning tools by marking a 3D simulation of the Mars landscape. From this program, scientists will be able to analyze the rover's work firsthand. OnSite utilizes data acquired from the rover to extend Curiosity's existing planning tools by making a 3D simulation of the Mars landscape. From this program, scientists will be able to analyze the rover's work site firsthand and plan new activities. On-site systems uses holographic computing along with rover data to create visual information beamed directly into the user's field of view. In layman's terms, it creates a video game-esque landscape based on rover data. The Fantastic Four teaser trailer is out now. Fox has taken a more Dark Knight direction for this movie instead of the usual silly Fantastic Four we all know and love. From the teaser, we can see that it's going to be gritty and dark, and it's going to be really different from the original source. The release date for the movie is 8/7/15. Fox has confirmed that they're developing a TV series set in the X-Men universe. TV Insider reported that Fox Entertainment co-chairman Gray Newman is reportedly their source, saying that negotiations with Marvel, who have to sign off the project, are slowing the process, and the show is not expected to run until 2016-2017 TV season. In just 2 months, 20th Century Fox will begin production on the long-awaited Deadpool solo movie. Though it might seem like the film has had a tough road to get on the big screen, star Ryan Reynolds says the production happened the right way and is allowing them more freedom. Reynolds said that they don't have as big of a movie budget for the movie, but this just means that they get to innovate a bit more. After 3 tough years, Nintendo's financials are finally trending upwards. Earlier this week, an analyst report suggested Nintendo would report a $3 million profit for the past 3 months, and they actually did slightly better than that. Net income for the past 9 months is at 59.5 billion yen, which is up from 14.3 billion yen at the last report. This means Nintendo generated a profit of 45.2 billion yen, or about $38 million, from October 1st to December 31st. For the full 9-month period, over $500 million of cash for Nintendo. Good job, Nintendo. I knew you could do it. Are you still on the fence about upgrading to the new 3DS XL? Want some hands-on time with the console before you shell out $200? Well, depending on where you live, you may be in luck. A select number of GameStop stores across the United States will be hosting a demo event for the new console. The event is scheduled for Saturday, February 7th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. There is currently no word about what games or functions will be available for the demo. There will be no more British chocolates being imported as a result of a settlement with the Hershey's Company. Let's Buy British Imports, or the LBB, agreed this week to stop importing all Cadbury chocolate made from overseas. The company also agreed to halt imports on the Kit Kat bars made in Britain. Toffee chips, which, because of their orange packaging and yellow line brown script, too closely resemble the Reese's peanut butter cups. Yorkie chocolate bars, which infringe on the York peppermint patty and Miss Perry's beloved Maltzers. So hurry up and go to the world market and get your sugar today. That's it for today's news, and now it's time for shameless promoting. If you want more news like this, go check out the Nerdification Hour podcast over on my YouTube channel. That's strangely entertaining at youtube.com/user/Mayufies200. Also follow me on Twitter, that's @NerdEdification, and go like us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/NerdEdificationHour. If you can't find us, just Google the show title. We show up. We're like the first thing. Until next week, stay fancy.
Hey, Molly.
Thank you, Caleb.
Caleb, that was awesome. That was some pretty informative news, and we're greatly appreciative of it.
I can't wait to hang out on Mars.
Can't wait to
be cool.
go get my GameStop on.
Yeah, the world market, all the food's being now taken off and stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
from Britain.
Well, we're about to come up to a commercial break, but you know, when we get back, we got some Logan's Countdown for you. We also got some man advice chilling.
Stay tuned, because Brandon didn't.
Yeah.
You can. We'll be right back.
I want a career sooner rather than later. I was looking for a perfect fit, and I found it at Gulf Coast State College.
Students like Stephanie are already getting jobs. Our workforce graduates are in high demand, and we're committed to helping them succeed.
I am excited about my future. I can't wait to have my own restaurant, and that's why I chose Gulf Coast.
I don't want an ordinary education. I want to be challenged. I'm looking for more than just classroom lectures.
Daniel's getting the chance to work on real projects for real companies. I never teach the same class twice. Technology is always changing, and so are we.
I have lots of ideas, and I'm ready to make a difference in the world. That's why I chose Gulf Coast.
Welcome back, guys.
Back.
Welcome back. So, as promised, here's Logan's Top 5 Countdown.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Countdown. I'm Logan, and today I'm going to count down for you the top 5 mythical creatures that actually existed. These are creatures that have been discovered, or the remains of them have been discovered, or even the stories that you've heard of them were actually based on truth. But with that being said, let's get down to it, with the number 5 being the Imugi. The Imugi is a Korean legend about basically about a giant serpent. And lo and behold, there was a giant python which was discovered in South America. This gigantic python was so huge that it was 46 feet long and weighed over a ton. It also had a constrictive force of 400 psi and can swallow a human whole without showing any bulge. Oy. Number 4 is hobbits. Hobbits, I bet a lot of people really know about hobbits from The Lord of the Rings, and even the Hobbit movies that have come out. Well, if you haven't, you've been living under a rock. Anyway, 9 skeletons resembling hobbits were discovered in the Indonesian islands of Flores, dating back to 12 to 18,000 years ago. Each skeleton was 3 feet tall and had a skull that was a third of the size of a human's, and it was estimated to weigh only about 80 pounds, and was, through the study of the bones, was discovered to be a separate species from humans. Number 3 is the Kraken. Yes, the Kraken's that's a thing. A colossal squid would attack pirate ships and all sorts of other sailors. And this thing was discovered like 5,000 kilometers south of Tokyo. It measured 46 feet in length, and this creature its suckers not only had the tentacles not only had suckers, but they had like claws, teeth, really sharp, pointy things that had 3 spikes coming out of it. And those poor Japanese. First Godzilla, now this. Anyway, moving on. Number 2 is Moby Dick. Yeah, apparently Moby Dick is based on a true story. The actual whale that it was based on is also a sperm whale, but it was called Mocha Dick. This whale destroyed over 100 whaling boats that tried to kill it, including one time where 3 whaling boats tried to go after it at the same time, and yet it survived. But obviously, sperm whales only have a life expectancy to 60 to 70 years, so unless something tragic happens to them, like 3 whaling boats going after the same whale, it's dead. It's gone. Then again, all the things on this list should not have existed and are supposed to be legend. So, maybe? Anyway, you can read up on the legends, so much other stuff, and see up on it in a new movie starring Chris Hemsworth coming out on December 11th of this year. But moving on to my number 1. dragons. The Manakala, I think I pronounced that right, lived about 30 to 40,000 years ago and is kind of an ancient giant Komodo dragon. It was 26 feet in length and weighed over 4,300 pounds. So it was like some legend. It didn't breathe fire or could fly. Then again, there are some legends about dragons that can't do that either, so kind of fits. Anyway, it did, however, have this saliva that contained a blood thinner that is primarily the cause of death for most of his victims. So it couldn't really burn you to death, but it could crush you, eat you, or kill you with its own drool. Yeah, that's even more pleasant. Well, anyway, besides all those horrifying and disgusting things that actually turned out to be real, those are the 5 mythical creatures that actually existed. In researching this, I found there are a lot of others that that people don't really know about, but do exist. It's actually pretty fascinating. We come out. I can only give you 5 today, but there's a lot of others out there. Some people's imaginations are pretty crazy, but still have some base in truth. Well, guys, I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Logan.
You forgot to mention me, Logan. I'm an also real mythical creature.
Are you Adonis?
Yes.
Proved it. So, yeah.
Because I flex.
Oh, you flex?
I flex.
Show us about that no flex zone, Aaron.
Well, guys, flex time means man vice time, so...
Tickle, tickle. So, I'm going to start it because I have the biggest manceps. That's a word. Okay, we have our first letter here. Dear the crew, my name is specific. It specifically says Yvonne. Is being optimistic a form of being childish? Is there a time where I should just accept the negative and let things happen?
Yes.
There's always those times, but those times will present themselves for the most part. Optimism is great.
Yeah, if you're in prison, you might need to accept the fact that you did something wrong.
Yeah.
And that there is a problem, and you might need to correct that problem, especially if that problem is murder.
I mean, try and stay optimistic too, so you don't go crazy. But
yeah.
If you're already in prison, optimism and all that being down, it's already past you. If you're already done, you're already in there.
Try and find a fine line in between the two and walk that.
Yeah, I don't think being optimistic is childish. I just think that, you know, being optimistic is sometimes a great thing. Like, especially if you're in sports. Like, Drew Brees is called, like, the most optimistic person in sports.
He's on a terrible team, but he's apparently really great.
I know, he is really great. He's broken records. He has a ring. Do you have a ring, Brad?
I have several rings.
I don't think Brad has a Super Bowl ring. Just saying.
I don't yet.
All right, guys, I'll hit up this next question.
Hit it up, though.
I believe in second chances as much as any other person, but how do I know when enough is enough? I've pushed this person out of my life, but they are trying so hard to get back in. Do I let them in or distance myself further? Well, it sounds like you've given them more than one chance, but...
It depends how much you really care, like, or hate this person.
It also depends on, like, is this person exhibiting signs of change, or are they
I
just
think go with your gut. It sounds like you said, you've already pushed them out. You made your decision, go with that. Don't second guess yourself. If you pushed them out, keep them out.
Yeah, I mean, like, you just gotta know.
You gotta move on.
You
can't stick in the past if something's not working. You gotta change if you need to and just deal with it.
Yeah, like we had to deal with Brandon leaving because something very important came
Optimism.
up. Optimistic that Brandon's coming back, man. Be optimistic.
Be optimistic. I'm not doing this again.
All right, last but not least.
Bradford.
All right. Dear the crew.
Hey.
How do I ask a girl I really like out on a serious date with the hope of a serious relationship? We talk casually, but I don't know how to tell if she likes me or not. Please help.
So wait, in hopes of a serious relationship? And
yeah.
You haven't even asked her
I'd like
out
to
yet?
ask her out on a serious date with a hope of a serious relationship.
Well, should you ask her on a date? Should you straight up ask her, or should you go with a lower third option and just, you know, wing it. I think you should go with the lower third option
You need
and
to-
wing it.
You should definitely ask her out, but like ease back with the serious relationship stuff, because that's how you scare them away when you bring that stuff up.
Yeah.
But you gotta
make it casual. Just don't like go
Yeah.
in and be like, hey, I think I want to marry you. By the way, what's your name?
Go grab.
Because that's creepy.
Go grab some coffee and, you know.
Don't stalk them. Don't come on too strong.
No, but
Don't be like.
No, it says here we talk casually already. Like they're already they know each other. They already talk. He
Okay.
just needs to know he just doesn't know if she likes him or not at all. What he needs to do, or what you need to do.
You need an inside
is
man.
Not even that. You just need to ask her. Like everyone's gonna strike out 9 times out of 10, except one time where you hit the home run.
What?
Put on your Nikes.
You've never heard that saying?
Just do it.
So like if like you have to ask 10 girls out for one to say yes?
No, no, it's not asking 10 girls out.
Okay.
Anything you do in life, you're not going to succeed 100% of the time.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to take it with asking a girl on a date, you're going to get your fair share of yeses and you're going to get your fair share of no's.
True that.
So you got to go into it. You can't go into it like it's a yes or a no. You got to
go into it like
essentially just say screw it and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
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 Well, hoping for the best is what we do on our Facebook page when we ask you guys to like us.
And when we hope for the best on this 3rd season.
Yes.
There's a pic of us hoping for the best right there.
Yeah, just walking into the sunset, man, like all majestically and whatnot. We're at 174 likes. We would love to see like 300 by the time season 3 is over. And if you do that,
or by next episode,
if you do that, I will take a book out of Caleb Erskine's playbook, and I will eat nuclear wings on set.
I'll join him.
Like we will eat nuclear hot wings if we get 300 likes by the end of the season. I will burn my tongue and cry for you guys because you're worth it.
I'll eat him before him.
He'll eat it before him. We'll have an eat off of nuclear sauce.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do that. I'll just sit back and watch.
Come on. We're not scared. We have no fear. No fear at all of anything. We're awesome.
All right, guys. Well, we're not afraid to leave you either. We'll see you guys next time. Facebook.com/thecrew5. I'm Aaron.
I'm Amon.
And I'm Brad.
We thank you guys
for joining us on the crew.
Yeah.
Outro.